Good evening. My name is Jennifer Preble, and I'm the Saco School Board Chair. I'm calling this meeting to order at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. Please note that school board members Roach, Kidder, and Johnston are excused due to travels and illness. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, moving on to item 3, approval of the school board meeting minutes dated April 30th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
I wasn't here, so I don't think I can make that motion.
Okay.
Chair Preble,
School board member Richards.
I move we approve the school board meeting minutes dated April 30th, 2025.
Second.
Okay. I have a motion by school board member Richards with a second by school board member Warnoff. Any discussion on the motion on the table? All right. Seeing there's no discussion, roll call vote. School board member Warnoff.
Yes.
School board member Richards.
Yes.
I vote yes. School board member Truman.
Abstain.
Abstain. Okay. Motion passes 3-0 with 1 abstention. Moving on to item 4, adjustments to the agenda. There are no adjustments this evening. Moving on to item 5, correspondence. I did not see any correspondence brought to my attention this evening, unless there's anything I'm missing. Seeing that there's no correspondence, we'll move on to item 6, public session. Please feel free to come before the school board and state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes to speak.
Good evening. My name is Anne Marie Ramsey. I live at 41 Tall Pines Drive in Saco, Maine. I'm here to advocate on behalf of the special education technicians as well as the secretaries in the district in hopes to working towards a contract that works on both sides. Special education technicians are essential to the success of my daughter's IEP plan, which is the Individualized Education Program. They provide consistent, hands-on support that she needs to thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. These professionals help implement accommodations, reinforce learning strategies. They help collaborate with teachers, mainstream teachers, and related service providers. They offer individualized attention that she needs in order to make some progress within her IEP goals. However, for these services to be delivered effectively and sustainably, it's critical that special education technicians are supported with a livable wage, as well as access to health care. When technicians are sufficiently compensated, they have job stability, schools can retain experienced, dedicated staff who are able to focus fully on the students rather than financial insecurities and burnout. Investing in the well-being of these professionals directly impacts the quality and consistency of support our children receives, my child receives, ensuring that IEP goals are not only met, but exceeded through educated and vigilant care and instruction. School secretaries are often the unsung heroes who serve as the first line of communication of safety in every school community. They are the first people that I contact when I need support, whether it's regarding sports schedules, medication updates, or an update during high-stress situations, like when there's a school lockdown and there's people there are armed individuals in the neighborhood. In these moments, secretaries remain calm. They follow strict safety protocols and juggle multiple responsibilities simultaneously, also by providing information, supporting their staff at the school, and reassuring families. As the gatekeepers of the school building, they use their sound judgment to determine who is safe to enter these buildings, playing a crucial role in maintaining the security of the students and the staff. Their role is the central hub of the school, and it requires unwavering focus, as well as emotional resilience throughout the day. And when secretaries are managing second jobs or working through sickness because they cannot afford health care, the risk of being overburdened increases, which can compromise their ability to respond effectively day in and day out and in emergencies. Supporting and recognizing the vital role that secretaries play is essential to ensuring a safe environment for everybody. Investing in these roles is not just a matter of staffing. It's a matter of equity, integrity, and long-term educational success. I urge you to continue to prioritize and protect these positions and to advocate for wages that truly support the well-being and dignity of those who serve our students and our schools faithfully.
Thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. Haven't seen you in a while. I'm Sarah Perkins. I'm a teacher in the district. I wanted to come here tonight because I know that this is broadcast all through Saco, and I think that the people in Saco should know that their ed techs and secretaries do have a right to a living wage and are super valued in our schools. I think that they are the backbone of our schools. They help us in so many ways. If you have a student that has access to an IEP and is supported by an ed tech, you know that this is really crucial for them to get a person that's qualified, a person that wants to be there, that's happy at work. And I just wanted to remind the committee about that. The secretaries, like Anne-Marie said, are the first people you see. Whenever something's going wrong, you call a secretary because they know what's happening. I think that these people just deserve to be recognized and should not have the strife of finding those second jobs and not being able to live in the community that they work in because they're priced out. I think that that's something we just want to keep in mind. Access to healthcare is just something that everyone should have. So thanks.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name's Nick Fuller. I'm a fourth grade teacher at Burns School. Thanks for the chance to let me share a few words with you. I guess I want to try to imagine a day in my classroom to try to point out how I can't imagine my job and my students' well-being without ed techs. So my students come in at 8:45. They start to get breakfast and they run through our morning meeting. And then we have morning announcements at about 7:58, 7:59. And by 8 o'clock, we start our morning meeting. If I don't have an ed tech, at this point, my day grinds to a complete halt because of behavioral issues among some of my students. I can't teach my class. I have to call the administration usually. When there's a staffing issue and there's not enough ed techs, my students who need me, I can't be there for them. So the ed techs aren't just so important for our highest need students with IEPs, as was shared. These students that I have some in my classroom cannot get through the day without a qualified ed tech to support them. When the staffing isn't there, they have a really tough day. Learning is very difficult, behavior is very difficult. But also, I have 21 kids in my class. For the other kids, they need the ed tech too, because when the ed techs aren't in my classroom, it pulls me away from them, and my students need me to be present as their teacher. And if I have really high academic or behavioral needs that are legally supposed to be covered by an IEP and a trained ed tech professional, and I can't do it all. And I wish I could. And what I see is sometimes we might have to evacuate the classroom, which means remove all the children out in the middle of a lesson. The interruptions are enormous. And so I just wanted to share that with you to show just how night and day it is when we have qualified ed techs and when we don't. And I think we've heard at Burns and other schools in the district, we're having a lot of staffing issues, and I don't think it's a secret that it's because of the wages. And so I'm just speaking here for my students that we really need more ed techs, and we need qualified ed techs who can work and earn a living wage. And I think our students also need ed techs who can be really present. And the number of offhand kind of comments I've heard about ed techs talking about how they're struggling financially with their health care and the stress that we all know that brings our families, it's so hard to be present in our jobs. And so I think our students need our ed techs to be paid well for that reason too. So thanks a lot, and I hope as we move forward with negotiations, we can really keep that in mind, how much our students really need these people to be there for them. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak before the board? All right. We shall move on to item 7, Superintendent's Report. Superintendent Ray?
All right, good evening, everybody. A couple of things to announce or to highlight is that we have incoming Parents Night for kindergarten students. A Parent Information Night will be on May 29th at 5:30 p.m. and Step Up Day on the 30th at 9:30 a.m. at Fairfield and Young School. This is a great opportunity to learn more and how you can support your students. I'll just let the people walk out before I continue. I want to thank everybody who came to the community forum last night that joined us to talk about bullying, behavior, and belonging. We had a good turnout and meaningful conversation around student behavior, social development, and ways we can work together. I want to extend my appreciation to parents who shared insights and experiences. And I think that community and parent voice, whether that's pre-K through 8 or for our whole community, is important in this, pre-K through 12, because at many different levels there are different issues. And schools are a partner in this, probably not just the solution. And so it's important that we continue to work together, and principals, Assistant Superintendent Parkhurst and I have already started to have some dialogue about what a greater conversation about bullying and treatment of others and responsibility and technology, and how we can have a wider community conversation pre-K through 12 on that. Biddeford and Saco Rising event this past Monday was another success, bringing together families for an evening focus on connection, culture, and community. The event aimed to strengthen school-to-home communication, build trust with the new Mainers, provide community resources, and I'm really proud of the work that our team did put in. And then finally, last week was Staff Appreciation Week, and we were proud to honor the incredible educators and support staff who make our schools work and kind of move forward and become very special places so students can grow. We had the opportunity to provide lunch and flowers as a small token of our appreciation for the work that they do each day. I also want to thank our PTOs and the many parents who took time to show their gratitude to staff. Is really meaningful, and it goes a long way for everybody. So thank you very much.
All right. Any questions for Superintendent Ray regarding the superintendent's report? All right. Quiet crowd tonight. Moving on to item 8, Chair's report. I don't have anything new to report this evening. So moving on to item 9, staff reports. I did not have any new updates there. So moving on to item 10, board subcommittee meeting minutes. Item A, policy and personnel committee meeting. Their next meeting is May 19th at 5:30 p.m. Item B, finance and infrastructure committee. Our next meeting is May 28th at 4:30. Curriculum Committee, item C, our next meeting will be 5/19 at 4:30 p.m. Any questions on the board subcommittee meeting minutes or dates or times for next meetings? All right, moving on to item 11, old business. There is none this evening. And moving on to item 12, new business. Item A, there should be a memo in your packet for new hires. Bear with me 1 second, if my iPad loves me. Okay. Moving on to item A, do I have a motion for new hires?
Chair Preble,
School Board Member Truman.
I move we approve the nomination of Shani Plant, young school teacher, Allison Cox, young school teacher, Anne Marie Hahn, math coach at CK Burns, Rebecca Clark, special education teacher at CK Burns, Christine Farrington, coding teacher at Saco Middle School, Jennifer Marines, special education teacher at Young School, and issue a contract for the 2025 school year. 2025-2026 school year.
I have a motion by School Board Member Truman. Do I
Se-
have,
Second?
with a second by School Board Member Warnoff. Any questions on the memo for the first motion on the table? All right. Roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff.
Yes.
School Board Member Richards.
Yes.
I vote yes. School Board Member Truman.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0. All right. Do I have a second motion by chance?
Chair Preble,
School Board Member Truman.
I move we approve the nomination of Sean Fitzsimmons, special education teacher at CK Burns, and issue a one-year contract for the 25-26 school year.
I have a motion by School Board Member Truman. Do I have a second?
Second?
I have a second by School Board Member Warnoff. Any discussion on the second motion on the table? All right. Roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff.
Yes.
School Board Member Richards.
Yes.
I vote yes. School Board Member Truman.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0. Okay. Whew. Moving on to item B, probationary teachers. There is a memo in your packet reflecting that, if I've read accordingly. Do I have a motion?
Chair Preble,
School Board Member Truman.
I move we approve the nominations of the first-year teachers as listed in the memo and issue a 2-year probationary contract for the 2025-26 school year. Second?
Okay, I have a motion by School Board Member Truman with a second by School Board Member Warnoff. Any discussion on the motion? All right, roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff.
Yes.
School Board Member Richards.
Yes.
I vote yes. School Board Member Truman.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0. Moving right along, is there a second motion on the table by chance?
Chair Preble,
School Board Member Truman.
I move we approve the nominations of the second-year teachers as listed on the memo and issue a continuing teacher contract for the 25-26 school year. Second?
I've got a motion by School Board Member Truman with a second by School Board Member Warnoff. Any discussion on the motion? All right, cruising right along. School Board Member Warnoff.
Yes.
School Board Member Richards.
Yes.
I vote yes. School Board Member Truman. It's one
I
of
was going to say, Beth is not here. Me, myself, and I down here on this end. Yes.
Truman. That was a yes? Okay. Motion passes 4-0. Okay, moving on to item C, resignations. I did not see anything under resignations, so we can cruise right into item D, building update. Superintendent Ray?
All right, just a couple of things on the building project update. We'll be talking about signage this week. We've been spending a lot of time talking about walkways, pathways, the intersection. Megan and I have had a couple of meetings regarding the geothermal and the tax credit piece of entering in and trying to move that process along. At least the first bill that came out of Ways and Means Committee is going to leave those tax credits in place until 29, which we would finish in 28, which would be very helpful for us to get that money back. And then if we can stop having rain every single day for a few weeks, we're hoping to look at sometime that last week in May, first week in June, to be able to open up the property in an afternoon for staff and others to get out. All of the trees have been removed, and now they're just, there's some logs piled up, but we're really hopeful that we're gonna get everybody an opportunity to get out there this spring and just kind of see what it all looks like now that it's opened up.
All right, great. Any questions for Superintendent Ray on the building update?
As of right now, the weather does not look promising next week, so just a,
Quick question, is that open to the public?
We're hopeful that it will be.
Okay. Any other questions for Superintendent Ray? Okay. Moving on to item E for legislative update, Superintendent Ray?
Yeah, on Friday, many of the bills on school funding will be in work session. I'll be there advocating for 501 and 193. But there's a lot of discussion about the future of EPS and where it will go, and a lot of that will play out on Friday.
Okay. Any questions for Superintendent Ray on the legislative update? Okay. Moving on to item F, and that is budget information, item A, which is student enrollment projections and registrations.
Yeah, so always this time of year, we want to remind families that may have a pre-K or kindergarten student to please reach out to the school department to register your child. Based off the last information, and I'm going to look over at Wendy and Jeff, it seems like our kindergarten is still a little bit low based off prior years. And so just wanting to get that out there, that if you have information and you haven't done that yet, please do so. The other piece that goes kind of hand in hand with this same conversation is the memo that is followed directly after this, that Meg and I and Chris met with Catholic Charities and some housing navigators. And as we talked about last meeting, the hotel will be closing, and that theoretically there will be no remaining students in the hotel on September 1, and they're obviously struggling to find housing in Saco. And so as we look at where we'll be next year, I'm kind of projecting that we're going to have less students than we currently do, pre-K through 12, and maybe as many as a decrease of 179 students district-wide in this piece, based off a low number of kindergarten students and the loss of, over the year of 100 plus ML students. That will change things for us significantly. So we just need to be thinking about that piece. That will obviously impact our subsidy in the future with less students and less EL students. And so just need to be prepared for what could be happening in the fall.
All right. Any questions for Superintendent Ray? Okay. Last call for questions. All right. Moving on to, and I'm assuming that covered item B, so we can move right on to item G, which is a reading of second policies. Okay. So item G, reading of second policies. Item A, AC, non-discrimination / equal opportunity and affirmative action. Item B, ACAA, harassment and sexual harassment of students. Item C, ACAA-R, student discrimination, harassment, and Title IV, sexual harassment complaint procedures. Title D, ACAB, harassment and sexual harassment of student employees. Title E, ACAB-R, employee discrimination, harassment, and Title 9, sexual harassment complaint procedures. Title F, KBH, advertising in schools. Item G, KI, visitors to the schools. Item H, KI-R, administrative procedures for visitors to the school. Item I, IKE, promotion, retention, and acceleration of students. Item J, ILA, student assessment and local assessment system. Do I have a motion?
Chair Preble,
School Board Member Truman.
feels weird doing this since Beth does it all the time, so. I move we approve the second reading of policies AC, ACAA, ACAA-R, ACAB, ACAB-R, KHB, KI, KI-R, IKE, and ILA.
I have a motion by School Board Member Truman. Do I have a second?
Second?
Second by School Board Member Warnoff. Any discussion on the policies? Or questions on them? All right, seeing that there's no discussion, School Board Member, roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff.
Yes?
School Board Member Richards.
Yes.
I vote yes. School Board Member Truman.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0. Item 13, moving right on into that, other information. There is none that I'm aware of unless there's anything that needs to be brought to light. Okay, moving right on into item 14, executive session.
Chair Preble,
School Board Member Truman.
I move we enter into executive session for labor contract negotiations for administrative non-union contracts pursuant to 1 MRSA subsection 4056D.
Second?
Okay, I have a motion by School Board Member Truman with a second by School Board Member Warnoff. Any discussion on executive session? Okay, moving right into roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff.
Yes?
School Board Member Richards.
Yes.
I vote yes. School Board Member Truman.
Yes.
All right, motion passes 4-0 to transition into executive session. At 7:27, thank you, School Board Member Truman. Okay, we are back. Do I have a motion to come out of executive session?
I move we exit executive session.
Second.
All right, I have a motion by School Board Member Truman with a second by School Board Member Warnoff to exit executive session. Any discussion? Roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff?
Yes.
School Board Member Richards?
Yes.
I vote yes. School Board Member Truman?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 to exit executive session at 7:55 p.m. If I did that right. Yahoo! All right. Do I have a motion as a result from executive session?
Chair Preble,
School Board Member Truman?
I move that we approve the non-union employees' wages.
I have a motion by School Board Member Truman. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by School Board Member Warnoff. Any discussion on the motion on the table? Seeing no discussion, roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff?
Yes.
School Board Member Richards?
Yes.
School Board Member, oh, excuse me, I vote yes. Haha, School Board Member Truman.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0. All right, that leaves us to item 15, adjournment. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by School Board Member Truman.
Second.
Second by School Board Member Warnoff. I'm going to skip discussion and move right on to roll call vote. School Board Member Warnoff.
Yes.
School Board Member Richards.
Yes.
I vote yes. School Board Member Truman.
Yes.
All right. Adjournment at 7:56 p.m. And it was a 4-0 call. Thank you so much and have a great evening. Take care.